It was an average Thursday back in June 2016 at Smash on Tap 54 in Toronto. Besides for this 12-year-old kid who had shown up for the first time, Ridley. After finding out about a website called Anthers Ladder in mid-2015, Michael Ridley Kim decided to get the site to try to find games and get better at his favorite game. Originally Falcon main, his first season he reached gold rank, which was alright placement for an 11-year-old. As the seasons went on though, he slowly rose up in the ranks before eventually becoming master rank as Ryu and Cloud co-main. After being one of online's best for months, he decided to take his talents offline. He wasn't supposed to make it far, projected to lose in his round 1, but defeated him and his round 2 opponent 2-1 and 2-0 respectively. He then had to face the 3rd seed in ranked number 5 in Toronto, Krim Foish, who is a Diddy Kong main. The set went back and forth with Ridley showing flashes of potential, eventually defeating the ranked player 2-1. He popped off like crazy after winning and the crowd went wild for him. He went on to beat Soul Hazard before facing off with the 2nd seeded and Canadian Smash legend V115 in winner semifinals. Ridley only hit him with 4 moves in the first game. Despite this though, he bounced back the next 2 and adapted amazingly. With a comeback in game 3, something he would become known for, he won the set 2-1. In winners finals against Black Twins, the region's number 1 player, Ridley showed what he was really made of. The set went to 5, trading games back and forth. Game 5 on Dreamland was as close as it could be, with both players being near death, but Black Twins uses veteran experience and conditioning to eventually take the set. Losers finals against V115 was destruction. Ridley only took 1 stock in the set. While Ridley wasn't the best back then, you could see flashes of brilliance. With a great punish game and a knack for finding openings in neutral, he had a bright future ahead of him. After this event, Riddles began showing up to locals semi-consistently, but due to his young age, generally stuck to online events. He changed his tag to Riddles and his focus began to shift more towards Mega Man, and he was able to pick up wins over players like JW and Burst. He was honorable mention on the Southern Ontario Smash 4 power ranking in the last 2 seasons of Smash 4. His first major was Gombel 2018, where he was seeded 102nd and placed 97. So he was definitely a good player, but not notable enough to make a name for himself outside of his region and the online community. Smash Ultimate is where all of that began to change, taking the title of the best Belmont in Canada and possibly the world. At his first major, Pound 2019, he got 33rd, but it wasn't very impressive, with top seeds in his path DQing, and he lost to Nairo 2-0 and Suarez 3-2. His next major was Gommel 2019, which was a lot more impressive. He was on home turf and lost to fellow Canadian Venom to make it out of round 1 pools, but began an impressive losers run. He won 3 sets in a row to make top 32 and faced off against Anti, who he went down to the wire with. Game 5 on Town and City was close, but Riddles was able to take it and close it out with a Holy Water into F-Smash conversion. To make top 16, he had to face off against his first PGR player and a seasoned veteran of the game, Mr. E, who's piloting Lucina. Riddles took that victory 3-0, adding another big win to his resume and a spot in the top 16. Top 16, he had faced off against ESAM in one of the worst matchups in the game, and Riddles lost 3-0, but gained the respect of the people. His next major though, that was his real first stamp on the competitive Smash scene. Super Smash Con 2019. He defeated Lade in round 2 pools to have to face off against the eventual champion MK Leo. Leo picked the old reliable Joker, but Riddles decided to pick a different character. Our first taste at his FGC characters that he would soon be known for, the master himself, Ken. The pick seemed a little strange at first, but with his history of playing Ryu in Smash 4, there was hope that this pick would turn out to be beneficial, and beneficial it was. He secured Game 1 on Pokemon Stadium 2 with Ken, hitting some flashy combos in the process. Everyone, commentators included, were shocked at the results of the first game. Leo adapted to the Ken and ended up bringing the set back, winning 2-1. Riddles was no slouch though. He showed Leo what he had and what was to come. He defeated Coffee 2-0 to make him the top 48, where he met off against DeBuzz. Riddles ended up beating DeBuzz in Richter vs Rosalina in one of Ultimate's top upsets ever. He continued his run beating Mewtwo King, Moxie, and Sen before being eliminated by Rafi X. What this weekend showed was Riddle's potential. He was able to rack up a few PGR wins and get his name out there as one of Ultimate's fastest rising stars and one of Canada's best players. In November when Terry was released, Riddles picked the character up and began to shift all of his focus towards him. This tournament, along with a few of his other notable placements, got him ranked number 47 on the second iteration of the PGR. Right before the pandemic, Riddles was looking real good, with a 33rd place at Frostbite, but not many were expecting the level up he would enter over quarantine. He entered over 30 online events in this period, but once offline came around, it seemed like he was rusty, with placements like 9th at Smash Summit 3, 33rd at Super Smash Con Fall Fest, and 25th at Main Stage. Even until early 2022, he was still a player that you would expect 25th and 49th from. The start of the PGRU V3 season is when he really started to rise, and added an additional character to his arsenal. Between 4 events, he picked up wins over Chase, Void, Nico, Teaser, Icymus, Gact, Zomba, Jazo, Suarez, Myron, Cola, Big D, Bassmage, Siski, and Glutony, and earned himself the number 6 spot on the PGRU V3 NA. And since the PGR is when he's really been excelling, we almost saw him take home the victory at CEO, but was eliminated in a Game 10 Grand Finals by Sonics. He got 3rd at Gommel 2022, 25th at Double Down, 7th at Super Smash Con 2022, 4th at Ultimate 1 and 4, and 5th at Summit. He's practically beaten every top player in the world, but was never able to bring it all together for one event. Until now. With solo Kazuya, something that Riddles previously didn't have faith in, he brought the event home through the winner's side. He beat Dark Wizzy and Tweak in top 32, both of which he was previously positive against. His next 2 challenges came against the United States' 2 best players, Light and Onin. He was 0-2 against Onin before this event, losing 2 very important sets to him, and Light had been his bracket demon going into this event, losing their last 3 sets 3-0 with a combination of Terry and Kazuya. Everything clicked for Riddles. He had that dog in him. Playing absolutely insane and neutral, and even with a limited mobility character like Kazuya, Riddles found his hits when he needed them and didn't let up at all. Being easily the most clutch player in bracket over the weekend, he was able to beat Light Game 5 last hit in winter semis with an emphatic pop-off after winning, conquering the biggest obstacle in his path. In winners finals, he went down 0-2 to Onin, but unlike some showings at previous events, Riddles kept his composure and swung the set back in his favor, taking the victory 3-2 in stoic fashion. Light ran it back in grand finals. The lightning fast Fox had the lead to start in all 4 games, but Riddles didn't let that stop him from winning the set 3-1. He was able to weave out of many unfavorable situations and understand that he can't let the guaranteed stuff tilt him. Once he got his hit in, he knew he can convert it to take a stock anywhere at any percent. Game 4, he was down 96% to Light 0 and brought it back. Kazuya has extremely strong aerials, so piece by piece he chipped away at Light. Riddles knows that Light loves to move, specifically jumping. He understood how nervous Light was to not lose, and he read the jump out of shield with a max rage up B, taking Light's final stock at 88% before the hit. Riddles didn't know how to react. Years and years of work, from Wi-Fi warrior to top 5 player in the world. Riddles sat there and reflected on those moments, reflected on those Smash at Tap tournaments. All those hours on Anthers ladder, all the locals he went to, all the money, all the hours traveling, all the heartbreak losses and lessons that he learned, all accumulated together for this. After reflecting on that victory for a second, rather than popping off like a younger Riddles, or even winter semis Riddles would have done. But this is a new man. He put his head between his hands and began to cry tears of sweet, sweet victory. And that closes this chapter of Riddles' journey. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and congratulations to Riddles, man. I've known about him since back in the Anthers ladder day, and it's just amazing to see someone from that scene make it as far as he has. I got lots more content coming that I think all of you will be interested in, so be sure to stick around and subscribe, leave a like or a comment to bless the YouTube algorithm for me. And if you guys are interested in learning about another player who came up as a Wi-Fi warrior, I got an interview with Bassmates for you. I think that you guys would love it. Until the next video, see you guys.